Namaskar, this is Akhilesh Bhargav. Welcome to Tidbits on Business and Finance with me. A couple of weeks ago, we had spoken about a Nasdaq listed Chinese company called Luckin Coffee. Luckin Coffee was considered to be the Starbucks of China in the making. That was the kind of growth it was showing till it was discovered that the company had hugely inflated its sales, profits, and performance. The company booked bogus sales to the tune of $310 million. And when that was discovered, the share price of Luckin Coffee on Nasdaq collapsed. Shareholders and investors lost all their money, and trading in the share continues to be suspended. Yet another such case of a Chinese company listed on the Nasdaq booking bogus profits, bogus sales, and showing a bogus rosy performance has been that of a group called Tal Education Group. It is involved in running tuition centers in China, and it did something similar. When it was discovered, of course, investors lost all their investment in the company. And now the news comes of the biggest ever counterfeit gold scam ever in the world. And again, in this case, it's a Nasdaq listed Chinese company which is at the center of it. The company in question here is a Wuhan based company called Wuhan King Gold Jewelry Company. This company was founded in the year 2002. Its founder, controlling shareholder, and chairman is a gentleman called Jia Shihong. Jia happens to be an ex military man from the People's Liberation Army, and till the time that he started this company, till then, he used to manage the gold mines of the People's Liberation Army. Imagine an army having gold mines, but that is what the PLA is all about. It has a giant business empire in China and abroad. So Jia started this company in 2002. He is known to have very close links with the PLA, with the Chinese Communist Party, and therefore with the government of China. And that explains why this company is actually a spin off of the gold division of the People's Bank of China. He continues to have close links with the establishment there, as we discussed, and he is known to be an intimidating, domineering, and highly influential man. Perhaps that explains why this kind of a fraud took place. The company is engaged in the manufacture of 24 karat gold jewelry, and its tagline is supposed to be a company with a golden future, which certainly does not exist anymore. It got listed on the Nasdaq in the year 2010, and it was a hot script. In the last 5 years, the company borrowed heavily from lenders in China, and for that, it gave a collateral security of gold, which has turned out to be counterfeit. This money that they borrowed against gold, which turned out to be counterfeit, is to the tune of 20 billion yuan, which is about $2.8 billion. The loan that they took was diverted by Jia to fund his ambitions in real estate and in taking over Chinese companies. In 2019, the company, which is Wuhan King Gold Jewelry, was not able to repay its loans. It started defaulting. And that is when the lenders with whom this gold had been pledged decided to sell the gold in order to recover their loans. In February 2020, one of the lenders decided to sell the gold, and when it went to do that, it was discovered that it was not gold. What was pledged with it was gold plated copper alloy. It was not gold bars, and hell broke loose, but it was suppressed. It was not allowed to come out in the public. Yet another lender tested the gold that was pledged with it sometime in May. That also turned out to be gold plated copper bars. That is when this entire episode then came out in the public. Otherwise, it had been suppressed by the Chinese authorities so far. 83 tons of gold is huge. By value, it is $4.5 billion, and it happens to be about 22% of China's annual gold production, or in terms of holdings, it amounts to 4.2% of the Chinese government gold holdings. That is the kind of amount involved. And we don't even know whether this is the only counterfeit gold which is there in the Chinese reserves. It could be much more. And why do we say that? We say that because this is not the first time that counterfeit gold scam has surfaced in China. In 2016, also in the Shanxi province, this kind of a scam surfaced. At that point of time, 19 Chinese lenders lost money. The amount involved was $2.5 billion, but it was again suppressed and the system went on as it was. China is known to be a master of counterfeiting, and here now is counterfeiting of gold, and luckily the losers are Chinese lenders only and not international lenders. What is the larger picture that emerges from this giant counterfeit gold scam of China? It's worth having a look. The first point to note is that Wuhan seems to be a notorious place. The scam has been to do with a company based out of Wuhan, and that's where the COVID scam also originated. Thus, Wuhan is a notorious dubious place of China. The point to note here is what is the Chinese game in this? We have discussed three scams, all of Nasdaq listed Chinese companies, and that is where there is a very clear pattern or a design. And the design is do a fraud in China, prepare bogus financial statements in China, let those financial statements bear all kinds of approval of government authorities who will not object to it, and on the basis of those, go and raise money abroad. That is what all these companies have done. And since these companies are all owned some way or the other, directly or indirectly by the establishment there, which consists of the Communist Party of China or the People's Liberation Army or the government of China, all these authorities have tacitly or explicitly approved what was going on. That is, prepare bogus financial statements, get them audited by Chinese auditors, etc., and on their basis, go and list abroad, raise money abroad, and dupe international investors. This entire design of Chinese companies doing this certainly has benefited the government there, which is the actual owner of these companies and which is the one which has to answer for this. With this kind of a scam breaking out, the trust that is there and whatever was there in Chinese companies' financial statements is completely gone. And experts are now even saying that the entire Chinese story seems to be built on assets that don't exist, on growth that was never there, on financial statements which were doctored to only show a rosy picture. The fact was something else. And that is where the scare comes. If we are blaming China, then to a certain extent, the authorities in America are also to be blamed. It is authorities in America which compromise their check and due diligence on the Chinese companies. For example, any company listed on an American stock exchange requires its books to be audited and opened to an authority in America called the PCAOB. And Chinese companies listed on American stock exchanges have refused to do that. The Chinese government says that books of accounts of a Chinese company are a national secret and they cannot be allowed to go abroad. That to us is scandalous, but the American authorities never objected to it. It is only now that there is a rethink after these kind of frauds of Luckin Coffee, TAL Education and Wuhan King Gold are now surfacing with this kind of regularity, and investors in America are being cheated. A bill has been proposed now in America under which all Chinese companies or any foreign company listed on a stock exchange in America, they will be mandatorily required to disclose their books of accounts. Otherwise, they will not be allowed to raise money abroad. And moreover, under this proposed bill, they will also have to disclose their actual ownership and their links with the government back home. This negligence on the part of American authorities has occurred despite the Pentagon reporting very often about Chinese companies which it says are owned by the Chinese government or by the PLA. The recent report of Pentagon has pointed 20 companies of China which are owned by the PLA and which have got some kind of linkages on the American stock markets. Thus, if China had this cold-blooded design to raise money abroad in this manner on the basis of homegrown frauds as we call it, the Americans also have sided with it in some way or the other. Further, coming back to this counterfeit gold fraud in China, according to us, 83 tons is the tip of the iceberg. There is much more counterfeit gold which is probably there with Chinese banks or with the Chinese government itself, because this incident has now shaken up the system such that normally the China would have suppressed it completely and you would never have come to know. This time it has come out in the open. Of course, very late. If it was a company in India, then this kind of an incident of a bogus collateral security would have been reported to the stock market authorities immediately. Imagine, it is in February that this scam had unearthed and it was hidden so far. Only now it is coming out in the open. Thus, to us, it's the tip of the iceberg. And as we said, this is not the first time that it has taken place. It took place in 2016 also. And perhaps the Chinese gold holdings are prone to having a lot of counterfeit gold. That has become a matter of great suspicion. In the case of the 2016 incident, incidentally, while this time it has been gold plated copper which was taken as gold, in 2016 it was gold plated tungsten bars. This is a very well laid out fraud going on in China. I think the authorities were very aware of it. It is further to be noted that if the state, the financial condition of borrowers like Wuhan King Gold is so shaky and rotten, then the state of the lenders is bound to be shakier. For the simple reason that when a lender lends against a collateral security which turns out to be bogus, it has lost the money and its position is certainly eroded drastically. We are going to witness some kind of a shakeout in China's financial system provided the government believes in transparency, which it certainly does not. China is known to have lied, and China has hurt the rest of the world, especially by lying in the financial statements which were presented on the basis of which investors and shareholders worldwide have been cheated. The irony of it all is, when this was found out, Jia Shihong, the promoter of Wuhan King Gold, denied any wrongdoing. But that's what China also does. It does wrongdoings, but it denies all of them. And Jia just did what his government also does all the time. We are certainly not surprised for the simple reason all the crooks, when they are caught, never accept the wrongdoing, even if they are caught red-handed. And this is the case, this time in the case of Wuhan King Gold. This is Akhilesh Bhargav signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
हमारे घरों में भी बच्चे होते हैं जो हमसे प्यार दुलार की आस करते हैं।
हमारा भी जीवन साथी है जिसको हमारे ड्यूटी से घर आने का इंतजार होता है।
हमारे घर में भी एक बूढ़ी माँ है जिनके लिए आज भी हम ही आंखों के तारे हैं।
लेकिन हम हमारे घरों में नहीं है। आपकी सुरक्षा में कोई कसर न रहे, इसलिए हम अपने प्रियजनों से दूर है।
हम में से ही कुछ तो अब इतने दूर जा चुके हैं कि वो वापस अपने घरों को लौट भी नहीं पाएंगे।
हमें गर्व है कि हमारे कंधों पे मुंबई शहर के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी है। हमारे जज्बे और बलिदान को व्यर्थ न जाने दे। इस संकट के समय में आप घर पे रहे, सुरक्षित रहे।
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.